Welcome to another episode of Scum. So, in proper tradition, I'm just going to try to keep going through sections. Last time I tried to hit this factory, but then that cargo drop kind of threw me off. So, I'm actually going to try to go back here. I don't know if I'll spend a lot of time there. I don't really plan these videos out too much. I'm just doing an experiment here. But in the meantime, we're just going to kind of drive down there and have some fun. So, I hope you guys stay with me and enjoy this little adventure tonight. Alright, so I'm at the factory. I made it. I'm not sure how much action is going to be in this episode because of we're just at an empty factory, it appears. Always got to be prepared for anything, that's for sure. So maybe I'll take this time to tell you a little story. I've had a pretty crazy life, and some things I'm not going to tell you the craziest stories at least right away, but at least you'll get some insight into something. Might as well keep you busy, maybe. You find it interesting? I don't know. Now, when I was younger, I definitely was no angel. Definitely wasn't a good person. Not all bad, but I was not a great person. So I'm not advocating what I'm about to tell you. So, when I was young, one of the reasons why I love this game is because I love abandoned buildings. I like that feeling of desolation. Maybe I've mentioned it before. I don't like to dwell in a feeling like that particularly. I'm not saying that. But there is something to be said, and I am pretty much a loner in life. But when I was about, I don't know, high school age, we used to do these things, and it's kind of funny to think about it because often, as many times I would forget about it. But we used to actually go into a lot of abandoned buildings and stuff like that, including like apartment complexes. And I just have such a big fascination for that type of thing. Again, I don't definitely wouldn't encourage anyone to break the law, and I definitely wouldn't want to encourage anyone to do anything that could possibly get them injured or anything like that. But it is something that I used to do. And, we would just go through all these weird places and, I don't know, oh, look, vitamins. And, see some pretty interesting things. And I never did that alone that I can think of off the top of my head. I had a friend with me at the time. And yeah, we would just go through rooms, and honestly, we would pretend. This you're tight. We're talking. This is probably around, I don't know, 1990 or so. And it's funny because we had games. We had video games back then, but the most advanced game I can remember was playing Streets of Rage. And sure I'm loaded up. Okay, I got seven shots in here. But anyway, yeah, we would come to places like this, or or just apartments or something, and walk around, and we would just pretend like it was the apocalypse and that there'd be zombies and all this stuff, and or even sometimes our imaginations wouldn't have to run away so far. We just liked being in the moment, that emptiness. I don't know. Just something that I used to really like. Uh-oh. And again, it could just be the time frame that we grew up, you know, mid 80s to the early 90s. Like I mentioned before, a lot of it's just that sort of post-apocalyptic kind of thing that was part of the culture at the time. And I know that a lot of movies and stuff do that nowadays, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me talking because I was that age, and we all like to reminisce about our youth or the past. But there definitely was that sense of post-apocalypse world. And there's more famous movies in this, but you know, there was one that I really used to like that I recommend if you've never seen it. It was called Night of the Comet, about these two sisters, and this comet hits, and you'll find that it's kind of similar to like 28 Days Later or something, but not nearly as vicious as that. It was more of a like a comedy, but I don't know, movies like that I really loved. Obviously, like the George Romero, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead type stuff. Battery cables, take that. Oh, there's a puppet right there. But there was other movies too that weren't all about zombies or necessarily completely desolate places. You had Roddy Piper. He's obviously very famous for doing They Live, but I think an equally cool movie, again, more of a comedy, was the movie, it was called Hell Comes to Frogtown. Man. Yeah, but we used to love walking around, like even construction sites and stuff. Again, I don't recommend it because it could be really dangerous, but you know, we were young and thought we were invincible. Alright, so I really didn't find a whole lot there, but I did get some good items. This toolbox, the toolboxes are always helpful. What I'm really happy about the fishing products. So I got the nylon line, got the floaters, got another little bonus floater, and got some fish hooks. Uh, 357 ammo, which is cool. I don't have that gun yet. Maybe I'll get it. The screwdrivers are always good, and a beer, you know. So that's not too bad. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode and you found it relaxing or got some kind of value out of it, right? But anyway, that's it for today. And if you have any comments or suggestions or anything, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. And like I said, leave a comment or whatever, and I'm happy to look at that. And we'll see you next time, folks.